Hello, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this unboxing first impressions walkthrough of the Divine Feminine Tarot deck by Karina and Theo of Cocarina.com. Oh my goodness. Look at all this black and gold loveliness. So if you don't know, Cocarina is actually where I initially got this Cosmic Whispers rune deck. Now, if you have ever booked a client reading with me, or at least one in the last year or so, maybe less, I have been using these Cosmic Whispers rune cards in my client readings for a bit now, and these are gorgeous. I got these, I believe, last year, and I will link up in the cards a link to the video where I did a full reveal of these. These are glorious. They're incredibly sturdy. They are like, I can't remember what the GSM was. It was something like 1200 GS. I don't know what it was. They're like wood. They feel like wood. Like if you look at the backs. Now you can get these, I believe, still now, but I think the backings are different. But these are gorgeous. I actually initially found out about these from Dustin at Modern Metaphysicae, and once he showed them to me, I was like, I need these in my life. They're beautiful. They're incredibly sturdy, and I really enjoy working with them. So when I found out that Cocarina was releasing a tarot deck, I got pretty excited, and when they reached out to me to ask me if I wanted to review it, I was like, yes, please, thank you. And here we are. So the Divine Feminine Tarot deck looks like it's going to be absolutely stunning, but obviously with the title, it is worth mentioning as a caveat that this is a 100% feminine deck. If that is not your thing, I totally get it, but it is black and gold in theme. I believe there are two versions of this you can get. This one, which is black with gold, and another version, which is, gosh, I want to say white with black. I can't remember, but I will have a link down below to the shopcocarina.com website and all of the details so that you can go check that out. There are a couple different versions. This is the version I personally like the best from what I saw on the website. So that's the one I said I'd like to review, and we're going to dive into it. But look at all the little pretty things that came in the package. There were some stickers from Cocarina here. And this gives you an idea of their art style. It's just gorgeous. I really adore what they do there. I think the art is really beautiful. We have a guidebook that came with the deck. We'll dig into this in a little bit. And then this says, Divine Feminine Tarot Deck. Trust your intuition. Ask the soul, not the mind. Understand your voice. Tap into the Divine Feminine. We've created this deck with all the magic and passion we had in us. May it be in your hands and family for years to come, guide and bring you comfort with Magic, Karina, and Theo. And then it is shopcocarina.com, which again, I will have that link in the description box. And they are cocarina.co on Instagram. Really, really lovely. The gold foiling has me a little bit excited. Oh, and look at this. May magic always light and guide your path. Look at the gold. Oh. Cocarina.com. Aw, dear Lisa, hope you enjoy your deck and have beautiful readings together. It's such a pleasure collaborating with you, Karina. Thank you. Aw, that's lovely. And it's all written in gold freaking pen. Very on brand. Love that. I love all the moons here. Oh, this is pretty. I'm excited to get into this. Now, I don't have a lot of decks in this kind of style, and so I'm really excited to check this one out. I definitely like what I've seen so far, but can we talk about how the deck itself, like the box, has this like wrapping with a wax seal on it and some like golden thread, and just the attention to detail is really quite stunning. I'm going to slide it off though because I don't want to break the seal. Who wants to break the seal? Am I funny? Am I the only one that's like that? Comment below if you also avoid breaking seals on things. I really don't like to do it. I didn't do it on my Pagan Otherworlds deck or on my Playful Heart Tarot. Like where possible, I don't break the seal. There was a deck I got recently where I had to break the seal. What was that? Oh, the Tarot of Musterberg. I had to break the seal because of the way the box was designed. But I think that's the only one where I've done that. It really doesn't want to slide off, but I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm persistent. Why, you ask? I don't know. I don't know, but look at how pretty that is. Okay. We're just going to put that over there. So this is what the box looks like. It actually is, it looks like a feminine figure where the face or the head is made up of crescent moons. And it is a reversible design on the box. Very sleek and clean kind of design on the box. Divine, oh yes, this, okay, sorry. Divine Feminine Tarot deck in Nocturnal. So Nocturnal is this black with gold. That's what they've called this particular colorway, the black with gold. There's another name for the other style you can get this deck in. Oh, look at that. Is that not, I just see the like circle. I'm such a nerd. Look, oh, look at this ribbon. Well, that's coming off and becoming like a bookmark or something. Oh, look at the inside. So the inside of the lid is black, but the inside of the bottom of the box has this like golden kind of diamondy design. That's really pretty. Let's set that. It's a really nice thick box too. So let's set that aside. So yeah, I am going to peel this bit off because I really want this to be a bookmark or something. Like I really need to find a purpose for this ribbon. Look at this. So it says Cocarina. Isn't that gorgeous? You know what? I'm going to like, this is probably total sacrilege here for a second, but I'm going to set this sticker, probably going to put this sticker in my planner. Again, being a total nerd, bear with me, but I'm going to stick it there for now. And then look at this piece of ribbon. How gorgeous is that? There. So I just trimmed the ribbon. I used some of Peggy's pinking shears just to sort of trim the edges up. So now I have this beautiful ribbon bookmark, which is probably going to actually live in my guidebook. Look at that. Okay, sorry. Distraction with the ribbon aside. Let's get into the actual deck. This feels pretty like, it feels heavy. I don't know how else to describe it. It feels like heavier than I was expecting. And it's all wrapped up in paper. Now, it does feel a little bit like, ooh, oh, it's shiny. Okay. It does feel, let's just check it before I take it out of its plastic. It does feel like it's not, yeah, I thought so. There's some room to move in the box with these cards. I may end up moving them into a bag or something. And the cardstock does feel like it may be, I can't tell. Is it going to be, I can't tell. We'll get into it. But it does seem like there's like a fair amount of room in the box, actually. I kind of wish either the guidebook were sized to fit in the box with the deck, or that the deck was, or the box was sized a little smaller to more like be more fitted to the deck. Does that make sense? Yeah, because it's a really pretty box and it's really nice and elegant and simple, but I don't know that I like all the room it takes up. So yeah, we'll just see. Let's get into this. So this is shrink wrapped. Let's get into it. Yeah, so cardstock feels smooth. It does feel thin. Not papery though. It feels, oh, actually, I wonder, this actually feels a little bit like plastic cardstock. I kind of wonder if it is. That would explain why it has that weighty feel. But can you gild plastic? Is that plastic? It's awfully smooth. It's smooth in a way that feels, I'm like, I keep playing with it. I really need to know. Do I have my, I need to look it up. So I just went and looked it up, and it is a 320 GSM cardstock, and it's called Super Luxe. So it is thin when you talk about decks where we're used to like a 330 GSM, but this feels unlike any other deck I own. Like there's something very, every other time I've felt a thinner cardstock like this, it's felt weak, papery, kind of cheap, and the gilding has made it feel even more like that way. But this doesn't feel cheap at all. This feels smooth and silky. It's gonna shuffle like a dream. We'll see at the end, but it has more weight than a card of the, it's like feels heavy for its size. So it's probably got a really nice core in it. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't know what Super Luxe cardstock is, but it really feels quite nice. So I think I'm leaving fingerprints on it. But let's get zoomed in, and we're gonna look at this gorgeous artwork. Doop doop. Okay, here we go. So let's take oh, they're slidey. Let's take a look at the back. So this was an acrylic painted design that was hand painted by the artist. And I believe that's basically what we see as well, or at least part of what we see on the inside of the box. There we go. Yeah, it's just been repeated. That's really pretty. It is a reversible design. When you get up close, you can see that sort of reversible image of the two figures, like the crescent moon figures, but it's pretty faint, at least in this brighter lighting. But man, the gold foiling it's kind of interesting because the art itself is gold on black, but only certain parts of each card are actually foiled. So for example, in this, we have our feminine figure here just on the tip of a cloud, and this almost like moon that she's got over her shoulder instead of a bag, like in our traditional Fool, is the part that's foiled. And then these frames, so this line that goes all the way around the card, that is also gold foiled. Hopefully you can see the way that it catches the light and kind of see what I mean there. But it's the effect is really spectacular. Oh, and by the way, the gilding is the mirrored kind of gilding, but it all feels, I don't know how to describe it. It feels softer than when you have that same gilding on a stiffer cardstock. So anyways, okay, sorry. I'm going to try to focus, but I'm really excited, and this is really beautiful. I think also these little stars, I think all the little stars are also foiled, all the little dot stars. So the ones that are just little dots, they also are foiled. And the effect is you get this sense of light from the card. It's actually really cool. Anyway, there's our Fool. Here is our Magician. Oh, I love that. So she's got the as above, so below. And this feels very cosmic. The lemniscate is foiled, as is the circle around the pentacle at the bottom of the crescent moon here. Really beautiful. And you definitely get the feeling of celestial beings, kind of. This doesn't feel earthly. This feels very celestial, which is, again, really on brand with what I think of when I think of Cocorina's artwork. The High Priestess. Oh, I love this. With this like ball of energy and of light right at the center. The triple moon, and again, hovering in space. Really beautiful. You know what this is to me? I feel like this deck is to me so far what I feel like the true black tarot is to others. I don't know why, but this one is really beautiful to me. And the true black is pretty, but I was never drawn to it the same way. Love that. And again, the little dot stars are foiled. Oh, so pretty. The Empress. Interesting here how the Empress is holding the pomegranate. It's normally something I would associate with the High Priestess. That's really interesting. And the crescent moon here being foiled, it just adds a certain type of depth to the artwork. Oh. The Emperor. Love that. Here this part is foiled and the dots, the star dots. The Hierophant. So we're seeing some traditional nods to Rider-Waite-Smith, right? With the cross here, the crossed staff, and the hand position, that sort of imposing, like, kind of imagery, body language. Look at the lovers. It's the sun and the moon. That's gorgeous. And these bigger stars, as well as the small dot stars, are foiled. It's gorgeous. The Chariot, it's literally like we're looking at like cosmic interplay. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like this figure, she's riding a unicorn, which I'm all about, but she's clearly in the night sky. So you get this feeling of this is like cosmic energy. I love that. This is really beautiful. Strength. Oh, I am like obsessing about this cardstock because when I felt how thin it was, I was like, oh no, but I love it. I really didn't think I was going to, but it's really beautiful. Gosh, that's pretty. Lemniscate up here. Oh, the Hermit. The bodies in this deck are incredibly like artistically model-esque. So if that is a turn off to you, I think that would be something that you would notice about this deck. There's something about the fact that this seems like it's happening in the night sky, like a constellation that sort of, it doesn't make me feel like it's trying to represent bodies on planet Earth. Does that make sense? And so I'm not responding to it the way that I think I would if it was that way. I feel like I can't find my words at the moment that I'm filming this. It's really, really beautiful. I think I'm trying to describe why every other time I've encountered a deck that has this like really specifically like perfected in quote marks, type of body shape, so consistent throughout, like in the True Black Tarot even, it was a bit of a turnoff. And I think the reason that that's not bothering me in this is that it feels like it's literally almost like constellations. I love how this is foiled in the circle around the Hermit's lamp. Gosh, I really hope this is translating on camera, the glow, but I don't know if it will, but it's beautiful. That is a stunning Wheel of Fortune. The way that the gold foiling has been applied in just very specific areas to add that hint of glitter, of gleam, of glow. Oh man, this is really pretty. Justice. So gorgeous. I cannot wait to shuffle this deck. I'm like literally can't stop thinking about it. Look at all of the foiling coming out from the Hanged One. Death. Oh. Really beautiful. And this really open, glowy third eye. Temperance. They are slip-slidey. They are slip-slidey. You can see I'm having to kind of corral them a little bit. So if my hands are in the way, I apologize. I feel like this is definitely a very slippy, in a lovely way, kind of cardstock. It'll fan beautifully. This devil is really interesting, and it's definitely giving me Hecate vibes with this like triple goddess kind of energy here with the, looks like the snake. There's like a flame here, a snake here. This looks like it might represent some kind of like harvest or bounty. Really, really interesting. Maybe it's just offering different kinds of temptation as we would normally see in the devil. I feel like this is just a step more detailed than like a sigil deck. I mean, there's obviously a lot to it, but oh, look at this tower being just like tossed into the waves. This stroke of insight, this cosmic energy from above. And she's like plummeted out of the sky in a way. Oh, so pretty. The star. Oh, the glowy stars are so much like foiling in the center of these stars. It's so pretty. The moon. She's formed the shape of the moon. Oh my gosh, that's so, so gorgeous. Stop sliding. There we go. The sun. Oh, she's holding the little baby sun. Judgment. And the world. And if you look, and it's really hard to do because a lot of the art is very delicate. Some of the line work is very delicate, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. But we do have the sign for Aquarius, for Scorpio, for Taurus, and for Leo here. Which I believe are the 4 fixed signs, if I am correct. Air, water, earth, fire. Wow, look at this Ace of Cups. Oh, they're mermaids. They're cosmic mermaids. I don't remember that. I don't think I ever watched a full flip through of this deck. That is so pretty. I love the way the energy from each of their cups is intertwining here. Oh, the 3 of Cups. Gosh, this is beautiful. The 4 of Cups. Oh, gosh, this is so pretty. Was she a mermaid? No, she wasn't a mermaid. They weren't mermaids. So they're not all mermaids. It's just occasionally. That's good. It's not being like overdone or anything. The 5 of Cups. 3 empty, 2 full. So your Rider-Waite-Smith imagery is definitely here. It's very delicate. It's very cosmic. The 7 of Cups is something different in every cup. And these glowing stars. That's interesting. So there are 7 cups, including the cup that she is in. And so you get the choice, you get the idea here that one of the choices could be to choose herself, which is really cool. 8 of Cups. Oh, man. Yay, the 9 of Cups. This is really pretty. There's a little bit of stick from the gilding, but it doesn't feel like, you know how you can usually feel like a ridge or like a little bit of a lip on the gilding at the edges when the cardstock is thinner? I'm not feeling that at all. Like I can feel it on my Fountain Tarot. I felt it on other decks that don't have super thick cardstock but are gilded. No lip, no discernible lip, but there is just a little tiny bit of stick because it's a new deck, of course. But then they're just slip sliding, as you can see. I had to pull it in so that I could see it better too. Beautiful, beautiful. I don't normally enjoy, as I've talked about before, a lot of monochromatic decks, but this is just really, really stunning. Look at this 10 of Cups. Again, by herself. So there's that idea of self-fulfillment. It's not necessarily about external fulfillment or needing to have a particular type of family environment to be fulfilled. It's this idea of being fulfilled all on your own. Love that. Gorgeous Page of Cups. Oh, there's little fish on that beam of water. I love these like flowing, almost Betta-like tails that these mermaids have. Oh, so pretty. The Knight of Cups. I do feel like this is one of those decks that the imagery is definitely reflecting the Rider-Waite-Smith meaning in a very simple way. If you like to have a lot of action happening in every scene, this may or may not be the deck for you, but I feel like all of the symbols that you need are definitely there. This reads a little bit on the minimalist side, but without being so minimalist that it's difficult, right? Like, this is less minimalist than a sigil-based tarot deck, right? But it's more minimalist than your classic, colorful Rider-Waite-Smith or Rider-Waite-Smith clone. And yet, it's elegant, it's really lovely, and if this is your aesthetic, oh, yeah, it's really pretty. It's really pretty. Yeah, so here's a little bit of that stick, but it's just from the gilding. I'm just going to unstick them a little bit. Is that? Oh, okay. This cardstock, it's so unique. Queen of Cups. I can't focus, you guys. It's really pretty. It's like putting something shiny in my hands and being like, focus, Lisa. It's so hard, but it's really beautiful. So that is the majors and the cups. Now we're into the swords. We have our Ace of Swords. Love that. Blindfolded, vulnerable. And because we're in the sky, there's a different perspective, right? There's clouds behind, to me, symbolizing that bit of tumultuousness we normally see in the water. We have that disruption in the sky in the background with the clouds. Same idea is being conveyed. The Three of Swords. Single eye with tear, all gold foiled there, right at the center of the heart. A little less. This could have been just 3 swords and a heart, but they made sure that there was a figure there. The Four of Swords. So here we've gone from like a more difficult moment trying to find peace to a moment where we're actually finding peace in the Four of Swords. Really pretty. Ooh, Five of Swords. Yep, that's definitely a more challenging card to look at. And then Six of Swords. Not a boat, but a cloud. Again, we're still in this world, this cosmic world that's being created for us through this deck. And I really love that. If you're going to draw me into a world in your deck, keep me there. And this deck is keeping me there, which I love. The Seven of Swords. Yes, the Eight of Swords. We still get that feeling of being bound. This borders a little tiny bit on being just a touch pippish, but also not. If you know how to like look into what's actually happening in the scene, right, you'll see that there are things happening. You know, you do get that sense of being restricted here. The Nine of Swords. Yes. Oh, man. I think one of the things about a deck like this that's really lovely and makes it feel sort of approachable, I feel like, is that this is one of those decks where if you need to look at a situation from more distance, where you don't want it to like hit you right in the feels. You want to think about the ideas in a bigger way. You want to think about your situation in a more zoomed out sort of perspective. I feel like this deck is really good for that because you're not going to necessarily personalize what's happening in these cards because it feels like something that's happening far away. It feels less intimate in a way that I think is really great when you need that big picture perspective. Especially in cards like the Ten of Swords, right? The Page of Swords. The Knight of Swords. I do wish there was a little more movement here. I love that we have a little cosmic kitty on the end of the broom there. Really pretty. The Queen of Swords. And the King of Swords. Ooh, gorgeous Ace of Pentacles. The Two. We get that kind of tumultuous water, like we would in a Rider-Waite-Smith Two of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. So pretty. I'm just going to say pretty a lot. Four of Pentacles. Love that. Five of Pentacles. So you can see there's still the window here. There's still the feeling of being left out, of feeling isolated. The Six of Pentacles. It's exciting to me to see a deck like this that does go very lovely and kind of artsy and kind of minimalist and glowy and beautiful and cosmic, and yet still have this Rider-Waite-Smith meaning be so clear in the artwork. Seven of Pentacles. The Eight, we get a spider web feel in her gown here. Oh yeah, and there's an actual spider in the card. That's beautiful. I like spiders in Eight of Pentacles. Like, I don't like spiders, period, but they're a great representation of the Eight of Pentacles and the repetition and the mastery. The Nine of Pentacles. Oh, and she's got that gorgeous glowing earring. So here, I actually wish these two were reversed. Here we have the Knight of Pentacles who's speeding through the air, or looks to be, with the movement of the hair. And then here's the Knight of Swords, which looks a lot more still. In my opinion, these two cards should have been swapped. The more still figure should have been holding the pentacle, the one that looks like they're moving a little slower. Mind you, this person isn't really looking where she's going. So that's an interesting thing to think about, and maybe is a little too cocky here. So I guess I'm still getting what I need from the card. But the Knight of Pentacles is moving faster, but is very focused on that pentacle, is very focused on the goal, is very dedicated and single-minded in that way. So they do work to represent their court cards, but I wish we had this kind of movement in the Knight of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles. Oh, I love that there's some cosmic hares or bunnies next to her. Love that. Love that. Love, love, love to see rabbits with the Queen of Pentacles. I think it's a really great pairing. And the King of Pentacles. Look at that golden crown. Gosh, it's really hard to tell because I'm a little further away from my viewfinder. It's a little hard to tell what the camera's picking up on, so I hope it's translating well, but these are really, really beautiful. The Ace of Wands and now the Two of Wands. It's no accident, the elements that are foiled in this deck. And the Three of Wands. And these cards, I would venture to say, are working numerologically, not just scenically, which is really cool to see. Like, I really see that here in the Three of Wands when we have this, like, almost triangle shape being formed. The Four of Wands. The Five of Wands. There's two sets of arms. What is happening in this card? Interesting. It's almost like conflict or competing within oneself. This is a very solitary deck, so it does have almost a lonely vibe throughout. You don't see a lot of interplay between characters. You did in the Three of Cups, you did in the Ten of Pentacles with the child, but it's very solitary. It's very focused on the individual journey. Six of Wands. Seven of Wands, but you can see the Rider-Waite-Smith in these images, which is just gorgeous. The Eight of Wands. Oh, I love that. It could have easily just been 8 wands, but they kept our central figure there. Oops. The Nine of Wands. The Ten of Wands. Look at this orbit that's happening. Beautiful. Oops. The Page of Wands. Love the magic coming out of the staff there. The Knight of Wands. I love that. What is happening? These are skulls dangling from the broomstick there. That's really pretty. The Queen of Wands. Love her. Oh my gosh, that's epic. And the King of Wands. Oh. Oh, I love this. Oh, this is so pretty. This is beautiful. Okay, I'm really excited to shuffle. Let's shuffle and then we'll take a look at the guidebook. I really want to see what it feels like. It's such a unique cardstock. Oh, okay. So right away, normally a 320 GSM or thinner, you would think would have a lot more movement, but it's actually got a good amount of like pushback. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to flex easily enough, but it's not as, it doesn't feel even remotely flimsy. It's really interesting. Oh my gosh. Okay, this might be one of my favorite shuffles ever. It's quieter than a linen. It feels like, if you can imagine what a linen cardstock would feel like if there was zero texture on it. If it was beautifully smooth and silky, but had the durable feel and the spring back of a linen cardstock. This is really, really nice. I don't know how to describe it though. It's not like anything else I own. It's silky, it's smooth. It feels, like I said, it feels almost like plastic to touch it. But plastic feels flimsy. Like when you flex plastic, it really flexes. This is, I apologize to those of you who are like, I don't care about the cardstock, but I'm like kind of geeking out because it's very compact, it's very thin. It does not feel like it's going to tear on me. In fact, it doesn't feel like it even could tear. It's really interesting. Okay, Lisa. Hand over hand, absolutely lovely glide here. I would be riffling this all day long, of course. but it does hand over hand if you want it to. The gilding feels like it's going to hold up pretty well overall, and no complaints. Okay, so let's do one more shuffle and then we'll draw. I just want to keep shuffling. That's really all I want to do. All right. Gosh, it's silky. Okay, stop, Lisa. Focus. Okay, who did we draw? The Ace of Wands. Okay, so let's take a look at the guidebook, which, by the way, is not insubstantial. And it has these like fold out flaps. The cover feels a little bit cardstocky, but that's fine. But it has these fold out flaps so you can mark your pages. Let's take a look. I'll move my little ribbon bookmark out of the way here. Okay, so card meanings written by Jenna Opsahl. Good to know. And then here's our table of contents. So we have an introduction, history of tarot, preparation and care, tarot spreads. And then there's our table of contents to find, oh, there's actual page numbers for every single individual card. So if you wanted to refer to the table of context to find I just said table of context. That's what I just said. If you want to refer to the table of contents to find a specific card, you could easily do that here. Introduction and history, preparation, some spreads. So pretty much your basic stuff. Celtic Cross, 2-card, past, present, future, a new month, tarot spreads. Pretty basic there, but that's okay. The major arcana. So here's our layout. This is actually really beautiful. So you get this gorgeous oval cutout. Let's just zoom you in so you can see a little better. You get this gorgeous oval cutout of the card, the title, and this is in that black and gold. So there is a bit of color in the book as well. And then on the right-hand facing page, you have some keywords, a primary message. So the Fool balances at the edge of the clouds, preparing to leap into the unknown. This sounds like it's going to describe the artwork. We'll see as we go through. And then there's a meaning, right? So it's simple, but it's going to give you what you need to be able to read with the deck. So that's what we get for the majors. Let's take a look now at our Ace of Wands. Cups, swords, pentacles. Are wands in the back? Yeah, they are. Okay. Oh, and this is nice. So there is a little introduction page to the suits. So here we have an introductory section talking about the suit of wands. Ruled by fire, the wands remind us of the passion, creativity, the explosive energy, inspiration, and drive we have in us. Wands connect to passion, action, and immediate changes and fluctuations enlivened by energy. Motivated by the power of wands, a person gains the energy to seek truth or go on a journey. So here is the write-up for our Ace of Wands. Spark, inspiration, passion. A light with soulful energy, the Ace of Wands is a brilliant spark of passion. The Wands suit is a journey through the soul's fire, starting with the beautiful inspiration of the Ace. This is an invitation to find what excites you, what stirs your soul with a spark of curiosity, passion, or desire. You might have an idea for a new artwork or project, or perhaps this fiery energy speaks more to a sexual awakening or a passionate, exciting experience or trip. Whatever your spark is, get ready to kindle it into a blazing fire, but never forget what lit up your soul in the first place. Okay, that's really beautifully written and definitely gives you what you need to work with this deck along with its guidebook. So that's gorgeous. Let's do another sample, just because sometimes aces aren't always going to read the same as something else. So here we have the 10 of Pentacles. So let's take a look at the 10 of Pentacles. So here we have family security continuation. Deep roots provide security for all. The beautiful 10 of Pentacles. A symbol of family and rootedness, the woman in this card cradles her child within a garden of her own making. She has created deep roots for herself, having survived and thrived through many cycles of growth, and is now able to create an abundant and supportive environment for her loved ones. This card is a signal that you are able to share your wealth in some way, not only through direct giving, but in your ability to provide love, care, and security. Think about how you can hold others in this abundance. This guidebook, I will tell you right now, is beautifully written. It will be very easy for anybody to pick up this deck and work with it with these write-ups. And they do link the artwork or what you see visually in the card with the meaning of the card, which is my biggest ask from a deck guidebook. So I'm pretty excited to see that. I mean, talk about contrast though. This is my first deck. Look at that. Like I've never felt a thicker, more unique cardstock than this. And it's kind of interesting to me that the most unique cards I own as far as feel come from Cocarina. And then here's the most unique, thinner cardstock I've ever felt. And it's from Cocarina. It's like they obviously have the in on like unique cardstock. But can we just talk for a second about how when you fan these face up, it's just all stars. It's just all stars. It's so, so pretty. When you fan the backs, you get that gorgeous gold. And this was I believe, an acrylic painting, like perhaps a pour painting. I'm not sure. But let's get these fanned out. I can't wait to fan them. Is that like, again, totally nerdy of me? Oh my God, that was fun. Let's do it again. Okay, one more time, just for funsies. Oh, such a beautiful slide. If you like to fan your decks, oh, that one was like silk. Oh my goodness. I am so, so excited to have been able to get a peek at this. This is definitely going to be staying in my collection. I'm going to be playing with it and working with it. I will keep you guys posted. But for now, thank you so, so much for joining me for this walkthrough, this unboxing of the Divine Feminine Tarot by Cocarina. Really, really excited about this. Thank you again so, so much to Cocarina for sending this to me for review. I really appreciate it. And Karina, your artwork is absolutely breathtaking. Thank you for sharing it with us. For all of you who are watching this video, don't forget to click the like button if you enjoyed this walkthrough or you found value in it. Subscribe if you're new here, and don't forget to click the little bell so you're notified of my future videos. Thank you so, so much, and may your magic always shine from the inside out. Bye, guys.